Hundreds of feet beneath the ocean's surface, the most survivable leg of America's nuclear triad waits in silence. But it poses a threat loud enough to deter any adversary.
They're at sea, and you don't know where they are.
Our main advantage is that we are undetectable.
We're protecting America from her predators.
Ballistic missile submarines vanish for months at a time, maintaining the second strike capability America hopes to never use. It's a mission shrouded in secrecy, but I'm getting rare access inside.
16,000 tons right there.
This right here is one of the most important stories you probably haven't heard about. My name is Naveed Jamali. I'm a journalist, a veteran, and a former spy. On Unconventional, it is my honor to witness the passing of the torch, to tell the stories of the young women and men who serve in a changing world, and a military balancing tradition and change. The journey to cover all three legs of America's nuclear triad has taken me to new heights in the stealth bomber, underground in an ICBM silo, and now deep beneath the waves of the Atlantic Ocean. I'm spending the next 68 hours in a world where 19-year-olds operate nuclear reactors, where sailors sleep in between missile tubes, and where the success of the critical deterrence mission depends on remaining completely invisible. This is life aboard one of America's most secretive warships.
In 2 miles, turn left onto Kings Bay Road.
All right, we're about to start our journey to complete a 2-year odyssey. It's super early, it's dark out, it's 4 a.m., and we're on our way to Naval Submarine Station Kings Bay to get on a boat, to go somewhere in the middle of the ocean, to get on a nuclear ballistic submarine. At some point when we get out to the ocean, the Navy's gonna tell us the name of the boat, but a lot of secrecy, and really excited to film the final leg of that nuclear triad. So the adventure starts now. And it starts with security. All of our bags must be thoroughly checked, and only pre-approved electronics are allowed on the sub. That means no iPhones, no smartwatches, no Bluetooth. Anything that could give away our location once underway.
All right, so we're on our way. We're in the Atlantic, on our way to rendezvous with an SSBN. And we're doing so in what's known as part of a security package. This vessel right here, the Tag Z. Even though this is acting as a transport to bring us to the submarine, and it's not a warship, much about it is secretive. We weren't allowed to film parts of the vessel, we weren't allowed to film port side or pier side, and we're not allowed to sort of show the crew. And that just contributes to the aura of secrecy surrounding the submarine.
Just bringing us onto the sub is a huge risk, but a calculated one. The SSBN is undetectable when submerged, but the second it surfaces, it becomes a target. This makes the escort security package absolutely critical, physically protecting the sub when it's at its most vulnerable. After 4 hours in transit, I get my first look at the Ohio-class submarine. At first, just a dot on the horizon, but then, as it comes into focus, I learn her name, the USS Wyoming.
So we're standing across from a nuclear ballistic missile submarine. It's obviously a lot larger in person that I could understand. Just wild to see this thing, just bobbing on the surface.
See you Saturday. Hey guys.
Climbing down each rung, the magnitude of this transition hits me.
What's going on?
Welcome.
How's it going?
From you? I can take that life jacket from
That'd be great.
I'm leaving the surface with its sun and its sky to spend the next 4 days in a windowless world where time is just a number. Looking around, my first thought is, how am I supposed to spend 4 days here? And how do people do it for so much longer? On board, it's crammed, but not as claustrophobic as I expected. Gear and people fill every inch of the Wyoming, but it's purposeful. Everything looks like it belongs in its place. The interior of the Wyoming is lined with 24 missile tubes, and living, working, and sleeping among them, a crew of over 160 sailors.
So this is where we're sleeping for 3 nights while we're on the sub. 3 racks to a row here. So there's 9 of us in this room. And this is me. This is the entirety of everything I have in the world right now. Got some space under here for clothes and toiletries. And then up here, there's no really graceful way to get up here. I know you can't feel it, but it's actually pretty cold. And yeah, a lot of us, not a lot of space, but you make it work. And I've only got 3 nights, but for a lot of the crew, they're on day roughly 80, and they've got a long ways to go. So this will be home for a good chunk of over the 160 sailors on this boat.
Before we dive beneath the waves, there's one last chance to feel the sun, to breathe the fresh air, and see outside life.
Oh my God, looks like some small bottlenose dolphins. Oh, they're so fast. Oh, that is so cool.
The view is a perk of the job for armed watchstanders, who must be on alert the entire time the sub is surfaced, scanning the horizon for threats.
We're on watch, so we'll be on watch for about 8 hours. So we get to be in the bridge and drive the ship while everyone else is below, executing the mission.
You get a sense of how difficult it is to find one of these things. It is like finding a needle in a haystack within a haystack within a haystack. This thing is quiet, the ocean is vast. But honestly, I mean, this is just a wild experience.
In this moment, it hits me. Our adversaries would like nothing more than to catch the Wyoming on the surface. This isn't training. This is real life. This is a strategic deterrence patrol. As the sun dips below the horizon, the Wyoming gets ready to do what it was built for, to disappear. The submariners call these sharp plunges and climbs angles and dangles.
I'm slipping.
Can you do a little bit?
Yeah, we can do a fist bump.
Once the boat settles at patrol depth, life shifts into routine, and the extraordinary quickly becomes ordinary.
Can you tell me, what is it like to live and work, right next to these missile tubes?
Yes, sir. Right next to the missile tubes, we have offices, we have our berthing, we have our laundry, our heads that we shower at and everything. So yeah, we become accustomed with the whole setup fairly quickly.
So not only are we having this conversation between missile tubes,
Yes, sir.
we're also potentially hundreds of feet under the water, somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean.
Yes, sir.
So your job, if you're on a surface ship, you might be in the middle of the Atlantic, but you're not underwater. Everything you do on this boat, you are doing also underwater.
Yep.
Can you explain why that is different than, say, being on a surface ship?
Yes, sir. Totally different. You're self-reliant. We're always on alert for even our basic needs. We're always on alert.
To that point, you're a sonar tech.
Yes, sir.
So everyone has their primary job.
That's
But
correct.
then we've also heard that every submariner is also damage control.
That's correct. Everybody.
Can you explain that?
Definitely. We're all firefighters. We have fire hoses and we have fire extinguishers stationed everywhere around here. And we all take that seriously out here.
So, 4-2.
Cowboy up!
The cowboy has to, if the saddle breaks, has to be able to mend the saddle, has to be able to cook their own food, has to be able to do all of those jobs in order to tend the herd.
We're totally self-sufficient down here. We have welders, we have a machine shop, we have people who are trained to basically build anything you need from scratch.
What are the actual limitations for endurance for this sub?
To be completely honest, the limitation is us, the human beings, right? The human body needs air, water, and you kind of need electricity to make food and stuff like that, right?
Maintaining life in one of the most inhospitable environments for months on end takes a marvel of science and engineering. The Wyoming is just that, generating its own air, water, and power.
The lethality that you get from being self-sufficient adds to the safety that the American people can feel knowing that we're out here doing the job that we're doing.
To keep the rest of the world safe, the Wyoming's crew has to stay safe and healthy. But they can't just call an ambulance or visit urgent care like the rest of us. Are you the only medical qualified person on this entire ship?
That I am.
So give me the full list of what that means you're responsible for treating.
So that goes anywhere from mental health to paper cuts all the way up into emergency situations.
When those emergencies happen, medevac may be possible, but it comes with a risk of surfacing the sub.
If it's beyond the norm, an emergency situation, the first thing that I'm doing is going and grabbing Cobb, my XO and CO, and notifying them of the situation. But we are treating the patient the best that we can. We're talking to them about those risks of keeping them on board and what it's going to look like as far as how we need to get them off of the boat as quickly as possible.
HM1 Lay might be the only medical professional on board, but she's not the only one working to keep the crew healthy and the mission moving. On a submarine with no windows and no weekends, meals give the crew a rhythm to hold on to. Breakfast is served promptly at 7 a.m., lunch at 3 p.m., and dinner at 11.
All right. Looks really good. Tastes great. Needs nothing. Don't let the Russians get this recipe.
Sustaining the crew enables every other job on board, none of which would be possible on their own. And that cowboy spirit extends to the ship's most sensitive spaces.
Left port! Aye! 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 Weapon alarm with the tubes! Aye! Weapon entering tube! Aye!
That cohesive bond, that chemistry, communication, all of that is extremely important when you're weapons handling.
How do you feel that you're in charge of the primary defensive weapon system for this boomer?
It makes every single one of us extremely proud. While
these torpedoes are the submarine's close-range tactical defense, capable of being launched in an instant against an enemy sub, the Trident II missiles are built to ensure the fight never begins. If the order is ever received, their launch would follow a strict chain of command, where every word matters and every action requires layers of verification. All right, we're on our way up to the control room to see a strategic demonstration of a simulated missile launch. Let's go.
Command battle station's missile for training without guidance with launcher.
XO ready to report message.
Report message.
Captain, message 1 is a valid execution. Request permission to authenticate.
I concur, Captain.
I concur, Captain.
Very well. Authenticate the message.
The message directs the simulated launch of 6 missiles against simulated targets as listed.
I concur, Captain.
I concur, Captain.
Very well. Authorize the launch.
Authorize entry into the training CIP key safe has been granted. Disregard all training CIP key safe alarms.
No part of this process can be executed solo. The system is designed for even the most minute actions to require two-party confirmation, ensuring no single person can execute launch orders alone.
Captain, sir, the launch is authorized.
I concur, Captain. The launch is authorized.
I concur, Captain. The launch is authorized.
I concur the launch is authorized. Armor firing units.
Armor firing units.
We're talking about a devastating weapon system that we have here, so the consequences of getting it wrong are extreme. And so we have purposely built into our program multiple validation steps that require thinking humans to make decisions and agree before we release nuclear weapons.
The ability for a junior officer on an SSBN to immediately contribute to the Department of Defense's #1 mission is unparalleled.
It's pretty empowering. As a 26-year-old person, it's like a large weight on our shoulders, but it's definitely super important.
And that weight is felt by the entire crew, whether it's launching a torpedo or maneuvering thousands of tons of steel through the depths of the ocean while avoiding detection. And for just a few moments, I get to shoulder a sliver of that responsibility.
Officer of the deck, request to station myself as helm under instruct.
Station yourself as helm under instruct.
All right.
So you're gonna grab the wheel.
Okay.
I'm gonna get up.
Sure. Thank you. All
So
right.
basically,
Yep.
what you're looking at right now is your dots. Those are for your depth.
Okay.
Right over there where it says rudder, that is course directly under it.
The one right here.
Yeah,
Okay.
course.
So go a little left, basically?
Yeah. Anything between 270.0 and 270.9 is on course, so you're still technically on course.
Okay.
You're looking at your turn rate.
I feel like Sean Connery. So, turning the boat like dramatically, pretty cool. But what's much harder is sort of the constant drift you have to account for between vertical and horizontal. So keep it staying at a course of 180, but you can see it needs constant adjustments to the rudder to sort of keep it within the range. Listen, honestly, like my hands are sweating. I have a lot of respect for what you guys do. You look away for a second, it just gets away from you. How am I doing?
I'd say you're doing pretty good. You're doing really good.
So, this is the wild part, is with the exception of with the exception of the ICBM, I think I've like touched the controls of all 3 legs of the triad. I gotta tell you, the B2 and the B1, way easier. Plus you can see horizon. Okay, let me know when.
Officer of the deck, securing helm under instruct.
All right. For me, taking the helm was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. That was wild. But for them, it's part of the precise routine that runs like clockwork.
It's wild when you think about that they're sleeping next to these giant missile tubes that are protecting the world. But when you live it every single day, it becomes home.
And like any home, it's not all work and no play.
We do a lot of, I say like family activities like movie nights, Sunday fun days, whatever puts a smile on somebody else's face. It means a lot.
Look at it.
Thank you again, sir.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
All right. Cowboy up.
Cowboy up!
So it's been a minute. Kind of thinking it's going to be a weird feeling getting back to society after being essentially completely cut off from everything for a bunch of days. It's early morning. I don't even really know what time it is, but I know there's sunlight out there. And as much as I am enjoying this and I want to see more, I'm not gonna lie to say that I'm not excited to see the sun. Yeah, man, thanks so much for having us. It was an experience for sure. I'm excited to see a little bit of daylight after 4 days, but definitely a little sad to leave. It's been one really wild experience, and being a rider on the Wyoming has been just really eye-opening. So, but the sun beckons. 6 to 8 hours later, and the USS Wyoming might look small, but her presence in the ocean is not. As long as she's out here patrolling and contributing to that strategic deterrence mission, the world is a little safer. And as we say goodbye to her, she will shortly slip beneath the waves. Don't know when her or her crew are going to see the sky or breathe the fresh air again. But as she goes back to that patrol, it's an important one, and it's doing nothing short of keeping this world safe.
Back on land, I still have one more mission to do, and this one is personal. On the Wyoming, I wasn't the only newcomer. Maria was also brand new to the sub and happened to be from New York City, even attending the same school as my kids. But she'll be on the Wyoming much longer than I was, with no phone to call home. So before I left, she recorded a message for her parents.
Hi, Mom. Hola, mami. Te extraño mucho y ya estoy en el submarino, pero estoy bien. Te amo.
It's easy to focus on the hardware, but even a nuclear submarine is powered by people. They serve in dangerous conditions, far from the public eye. But beyond the uniform, they are human beings. And it is my greatest honor to share their stories.
I'm so proud of Maria. She's a really good kid. I'll give you a hug too.